Hello guys, welcome back. This is Mustafa Farid and this is my channel. This time we're gonna talk about Doppler.
Doppler is a non-invasive way to detect blood flow and direction. When other features are added to Doppler, we can better describe gross anatomy and pathology of the examined vessels and the hemodynamic nature of the flowing blood, up to its velocity. The idea of Doppler depends on the frequency shift between the transmitted and received ultrasound waves. Change in frequency helps us confirm flow and determine direction. An example to that is the moving police car. As it approaches us, its siren becomes higher in frequency or pitch, and as it moves away, it decreases in frequency. The transmitted ultrasound waves change in frequency when they encounter moving RBCs in the examined vessel. The returning waves are then processed and are translated to the presence of flow and in what direction. If their direction of motion of RBCs are towards the transducer, the returning waves will possess higher frequency. Doppler exam starts by selecting a certain blood vessel of interest. Then you start examining this blood vessel by plain B-mode ultrasound to demonstrate any growth pathologies, like for example an atherosclerotic plaque in an artery that appears to cause luminal stenosis. The next step is to apply the color Doppler option. That uses the Doppler principle to fill up the blood vessel lumen with color. In the presence of a stenotic plaque, as we mentioned above, the small residual lumen can be outlined by this color option, thus clarifying what was seen by the B mode. A box appears on choosing the color Doppler option. The walls of this box should be more or less parallel to the blood vessel that's examined. The color appearing in the box means there's flow. Its color relates to the direction, red being towards the transmitted waves and blue means away. Finally, after delineating the lesion in the blood vessel that is to be examined, we move to a more advanced option. We select a smaller sample box and place it on the very exact location we want to obtain further information about the flow. This is called spectral analysis. A spectrum is produced that reflects the hemodynamic nature of the flowing blood and its velocity at this very location. Spectral analysis is simply a wave that reflects the cardiac cycle at this location. You have to bear in mind that the point you're analyzing is somewhere downstream in the circulatory system, and the changes in the wave at that point is a reflection of the heart's cycle and the proximal arteries before it or leading to it. With the heart systole, you'll see an upstroke in the wave, exactly as a powerful tennis serve that moves the ball at full speed. This is detected by the spectral analysis box. As the blood moves away from the spectral analysis box during diastole, the wave undergoes a downstroke. And depending on the state of resistance in the distal arterioles, the downstroke may be rapid, indicating high resistance, where the high jet of blood flow faces a concrete wall and sometimes bounces back, creating a below baseline small wave. Or the downstroke may be less abrupt, not falling rapidly to form a forward flowing wave. This happens when the distal arterioles show less resistance and a capacity to perfuse the downstream organ, like the brain or the kidney. Like the example we said above, the ball we once described before hitting the wall now is flowing out of the stadium. Another point when understanding blood flow hemodynamics is blood flows in a laminar pattern in normal blood vessels. Turbulence occurs at or distal to areas of stenosis. This is manifested in Doppler by mixed colors and broadening of the spectral wave. After digesting the info I've just mentioned, it's easy to understand that when examining a distal artery and observing a weak upstroke, slow flow spectral wave, you understand that a problem lies proximally, from heart problems down to arterial occlusions, and you know you have to do some work up there to demonstrate the problem. I know this is not what most people think, but when I think of Doppler, it's more like a screening tool to tell me if there's a problem and roughly where it is, so I can put my money to accurately diagnose and test.